Reid, it's Fred Calgill from WLKY. Could you just talk about your emotions going into this thing, sitting on, a lot of projections have you in the top 10. Is this a dream come true? Did you always envision this when you were a little boy growing up, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a dream come true. Just kind of taking it day by day, talking to my family, talking to my coaches, just talking to my teammates, the people involved in all this. Just kind of, like I said, taking it day by day, not getting too high, not getting too low. But I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next week, and yeah, I'm wishing for the best.
Reid, this is Matt McGavin from Sports Illustrated. As Coach Mack noted yesterday, you've been dealing with a lot of Brendan McKay comparisons over the last couple seasons. What has it been like being in the same sentence with arguably the greatest player in college baseball history?
I mean, I don't really think about it that way. I'm just going out there trying to be myself. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool. Just being able to be in the same category, I guess, as Brendan, knowing how good he was and how good his career was. Yeah, it's very special. But yeah, I'm just trying to be myself out there, not trying to be like anybody else.
Hey, Reid, Michael McCammon from Cardinal Authority. On that note, Dan kind of compared yourself and Brendan to like poker players, and he not sure he would want to play poker against you guys because of your demeanor and your poker faces. How big is that, to be able to have that calm, that poker face demeanor when you're on the mound in a big situation? How's that, do you think, going to help you in your major league career?
I think it's going to help a lot. Just not showing emotion, not giving anybody to feel like they have an up on me. Just not really letting people know what I'm thinking. Not letting them think they know what's going on. I think it's going to help in the future. My dad's taught me from a young age, don't let anything affect you. So that's kind of what I got it from, and that's kind of how I've been.
Reid, this is Rick Bose at W. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rick.
No, that's okay.
Okay. So with you being projected as a top 10 pick by pretty much everyone around the industry, who are some of the teams who have expressed more interest in you than others?
Read real fast before we tilt back up just slightly for me. All right, there you go. Perfect. Now go forward.
I mean, every team's reached out basically the same. I mean, I've had multiple conversations with every team. I can't really say specifically who because they're all right there together. But I'm just looking forward to the day that I hear my name called, and I'm going to be blessed, whoever it is. So I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, hi, Reid. This is Rick Boats at WDRB. You really haven't played now for 3 months, so how have teams been able to evaluate you, just from conversations or from your video from this year's few games, or what else have you been able to do to sort of to sell yourself?
I mean, I think my track record kind of speaks. There's games from last year, games over the summer, and then what I've done in the fall and the early spring. But other than that, I haven't been posting any videos. I haven't really been doing any of that. So I've just been keeping in contact with them, just kind of talking to them face to face over the computer, and just letting them know who I am, figuring out what my personality is, what I'm about, and also same for me. I'm trying to figure out who those guys are, the guys that might be picking me. So it's really just been conversation.
Reid, this is Ken Spencer with WHAS 11. Can you kind of pinpoint when you thought you came into your own as a pitcher, and what do you think led to that?
I would say my freshman summer when I was in the Cape. That's really when things started to take off. That's when I started gaining my confidence back. That's when I started having more success. I would say that success came from, hard work, talking to all my coaches and trying to figure out the problems. I think being able to talk to my coaches helped me move through that process, and being just working on mechanics. Working on mechanics was huge for me, just to feel my body, just to feel how everything works and how it should be. And once I got that down, things started to go a little bit easier for me, and that's when I started having more success.
Reid, Rick Bozich again. I heard Jim Callis of MLB.com on a couple of podcasts prior to the draft, and he called your breaking ball the best pitch of any player in the draft. How did that happen? I mean, is that just a natural thing for you, or did you learn it in a certain way? How was that developed?
I mean, yeah, it was kind of natural for me. I didn't start throwing it till freshman year of high school, but as soon as I started throwing it, I had good feel for it. I kind of, I would say it came natural. Like I said, I had good feel for it and kind of have always been able to throw for a strike or kind of wherever I wanted. As I've gotten older and a little bit stronger, it's gotten a little bit better. It's gotten a little bit more advanced. But, yeah, I've always had a good feel for it.
And, growing up as a fan of baseball, obviously when you're going to the pro ranks, it doesn't really matter where you go. But did you dream of playing somebody or a Cubs fan, a White Sox fan, being from Illinois, or a fan of anybody else growing up?
I mean, yeah. My dad played for the St. Louis Cardinals organization for 6 years. So being an hour and a half north of St. Louis, I grew up a Cardinals fan. My family is actually split half and half. My mom's side is all Cubs fans. My dad's side is all Cardinals fans. But like I said, just being an hour and a half north of St. Louis, I grew up going to that ballpark. I grew up watching them. So that was my team growing up.
Reid, hey, it's Jody Dimling from CardinalAuthority.com. Bobby's going to come on in a few minutes. Can you just kind of say a few words about his progression and what he did, especially towards the end of last year and now to become, potentially a first-round pick as well? You saw his transformation. What's it been like from watching him?
Yeah, it's been very fun to watch Bobby pitch over the years. He somehow just keeps getting bigger and throwing a lot harder. So I'm trying to figure out how he's doing that. So, but yeah, he's something special. All of his pitches are great. Just seeing him progress in the last couple of years, it's been very cool to watch. From the bullpen to starting pitcher, and now where he is. All the hard work he's put in has definitely paid off, and he's gonna see that next week.
Reid, a lot of people, when they get ready to embark on their next, point in their career, you have closure on what's behind you. You guys didn't really get closure for your college career. Is that going to be kind of hard to swallow as you move forward, or is that just going to be something that's weird in your past?
I would say kind of both. Obviously, everybody wants to finish their career. Nobody wants it to be cut short. But during this time, it was the right move. It was the right thing to do, and it was smart. So I think it's just going to be one of those weird things. I can tell all my friends and family members in 10 plus years that, yeah, my junior season got cut short. So I mean, I think it was the right move, obviously. But yeah, that's really all I can say to that.
Have you been able to throw much over the last 3 months?
Yeah, I have a courtyard behind my house. So I've been able to play catch every day, play long toss, throw short boxes, throw pins. So that's kind of how I've been getting my throwing in. I also have a little weight room set up in my house, so I've been able to lift. I've been able to throw. I'm doing great.
Cameron, again, going back to the poker question, Dan McDonald calling you guys, poker players in a sense. Have you ever played poker at all, or do you enjoy the game? And if so, do you think you'd be pretty good at it?
I've never actually played. I've tried playing, and I just didn't really get into it a whole lot. And so, I mean, maybe in the future I'll play it, but right now I don't play it.
Reid, this is Matt McGavick again. Not only you were projected to go top 10, and Bobby could be at the tail end of the first round, but it's also possible that Luke Smith could be drafted towards the end of the fifth, or kind of being in question for there. What does it speak to the abilities and talents of pitching coach Roger Williams to help put you guys in that situation and possibly have the entire starting weekend rotation drafted?
I mean, it's one of the programs that produces draft picks. That's why we all came here. That's what Coach Williams, Coach Mack promised us when we got here, that we're going to develop and we're going to be a draft pick. So coming in, we aren't trying to. Obviously, we want to get drafted, but we aren't trying to like overdo anything. We're just trying to get better. So that's kind of the mindset. We put a lot of work off the field, just in the weight room, getting stronger, and then go on the field, and we get better on the field during practice. So all that stuff together, it adds up, and Coach Williams does a great job with us.
All right. Anything else for Reid before we change over to Bobby Miller? All right. Hearing nothing, we'll wrap up with Reid. Reid, appreciate it, man. And we'll